After last summer, everybody is cutting and storing as much hay as possible, trying to get back to norm in terms of the amount of hay that they're going to have available to feed the cows next winter. Storing hay is very, very important because in any year, hay is valuable. Hay that's improperly stored loses a large percentage that we're actually putting up in the summertime by the time that we feed it next winter. For instance, there was some research from the University of Tennessee shared to us by our friend Dr. Clyde Lane, and he looked at several different storage methods for these big round bales. One of the things he looked at was just leaving the big round bales on the ground and uncovered. He also compared that then with big round bales that were set on old car or truck tires so that they're up off the ground. He looked at that compared to round bales that were on the ground but had a tarp covering them over the top. Then another group of bales had both the tires underneath and the tarp over top, comparing all of that with hay bales that were actually taken inside and stored in a barn. And I thought the results were very, very interesting. Do you know that those bales that were left on the ground with no cover lost 37% of their weight between the time they were harvested in June until they were fed in January? The hay bales that had a set of tires underneath but no tarp lost 29%, which was identical to the loss that was experienced by those bales that were on the ground but had a tarp over top. Both of those lost 29%. But if they had both, if they had the tires underneath and the tarp over top, that loss dropped clear to 8%, which compared very favorably to actually putting the bales in a barn, and the loss there was only 6%. So as we're putting up that hay this spring and summer, I think we should really consider the little extra expense and the little extra labor of putting these bales on something to get them off of the wet ground and putting some kind of a cover or tarp over top when possible, and we'll save a higher percentage of the hay that we're putting up and have it available to feed those cows next winter. Hey, we look forward to visiting with you again next week on Sunup's Cow Calf Corner.